Good evening, everyone. I'm Nancy Schlesinger, and as co-president of the Jewish Federation of Omaha, it is my honor to welcome our esteemed group this evening that you'll meet in a moment, and to see our members of our community who have taken their time to come here to be with us in solidarity with our brethren and friends who reside in Israel.
Saturday's terrorist attack against Israeli civilians is incomparable and unprecedented in all ways, and the magnitude of this tragedy is still unknown. Here's how we can help. The Jewish Federations have opened an emergency fund to support organizations in Israel who are caring for those in need. The information for this emergency campaign is on the materials you received when you came in. You'll find a QR code to access the donation form. Funds raised through this emergency campaign will support victims of terror, help rebuild damaged infrastructure, and address the unprecedented levels of trauma caused by this horrific attack. Please consider donating to this effort. The need will be great.
There is a war in my homeland. I cannot speak for my government. I cannot speak for the IDF, and I cannot speak for the police. I can only speak for myself, to speak as a citizen. I can speak of my friends that went to a party, and then suddenly hundreds of rockets flew over her head, and they were running to save their lives. I can speak of my friend who are going to the border and going back to the IDF. I can only speak for myself that my neighbor has been missing for 3 days and no one knows where he is. I can speak on behalf of my best friend, whose house is close to the border with Gaza, that for more than 24 hours I've been talking to her, and they are locked in the house and their alarms don't stop.
We all have friends, family, aunts, uncles, cousins who are in duress, who've lost their lives in this horrific act of terror, or who are going to be fighting to defend the state of Israel.
Am Yisrael Chai.
Never hesitate to reach out to me, Sharon Brodke, or Pam Monsky. If you encounter anti-Semitism, anti-Israel speech, or activity, if you have any questions, need a speaker or information and materials, JCRC is our front line.
I just want to say that the congressman and our entire team, our support for Israel is 100% unwavering. What has happened here, what we woke up to Saturday morning, was a crime against humanity. An attack against any free country is an attack against all free countries. This is an attack against all of us. This is something that every person in the community needs to understand. Countless people here in this community have been impacted.
That leadership comes from the kitchen table first, from our communities, where we say we stand with Israel, where we talk to our friends and family and neighbors and tell them how important our solidarity, our longest friend in the Mideast, people who share our values. Those values are being attacked right now in Israel. And not only are we in solidarity on them with the free peoples, but American citizens have been killed. This is our fight.
Especially after this afternoon, spending some time with a young man, a beautiful, tall young man who is on his way back to Israel to join the reserves. But when you see that, you're in awe. Commitment and dedication from young men, young women, people whose morals and sense of mishpocha, sense of family.
Forget reform, forget conservative, forget orthodox or ultra-orthodox. We are all Jewish. We are all together in this, and with the help of our Christian allies and the people of the United States, we will prevail in this horrific terrorist attack.
At this moment, it is critical that we demonstrate strong U.S. leadership and support for our closest ally in the Middle East. So if you have a cell phone on you now, please take out your phone and text Israel to 72572 so you can receive a link to email your senators and urge them to confirm a U.S. ambassador to Israel. Text Israel to 72572.
Judaism does teach that the greatest heart in the world is a broken heart. The broken heart can lead to the biggest heart in the world. The biggest heart means that there's a nation that's connected no matter what. There's a nation that says, Am Yisrael Chai. And there's a strength, there's a confidence, there's a faith, there's an emunah, there's davening together, there's praying together, there's tehillim together, there's Shema Yisrael Hashem Elokeinu Hashem Echad together, because Netzach Yisrael Lo Yishaker, the Jewish people have been here before, and the Jewish people come out stronger.
Shield it beneath the wings of your love and spread over it the canopy of your peace. Send your light and truth to all who lead and advise, guiding them with your good counsel.
I want to assure you that the safety and security of the community is always our highest priority. Throughout the weekend, I've been in contact with the upper echelons of the Omaha FBI Field Office, Douglas County Sheriff's Department, and the Omaha Police Department. I have the utmost confidence that each of these entities have heard our concerns and are taking them very seriously. If you need anything, I'm here for each and every one of you. And don't forget, if you see something, say something, do something.
But the way that you can help the most is by learning and by reading and becoming literate in the conversation. When you drive by 72nd Street, the question isn't the fact of having moral outrage at the fact that they're standing there. The question is, if you got in a conversation, could you win the argument? And if you can't, then you've got a number of people in this room wiser than I, but including myself, who would be more than willing to take the time to talk to you. Let's figure it out. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, v'alma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei the whole Beit Yisrael.
This community will always step up as they've done in the past when tragic events have happened. Reach out to your government officials and encourage them to support Israel. Again, the JCRC has information as to the best ways to contact our local officials. And last but not least, be proud to be Jewish and openly show your support for Israel.
Ti